The He for She initiative is about involving men in the fight for gender equality, encouraging men to take responsibility for creating change through taking active steps to be strong allies to women. This involves taking gender equality and violence against women seriously. It involves listening to women, hearing about their experiences, and informing ourselves about the challenges so that men are in a position to identify and challenge inequality wherever we see it.
Canada is committed to gender equality, and that means all genders. There is a misconception that gender equality is only about women and girls. However, the reality is that if men are not involved in the conversations, we will not see the changes to gender equality that we want and need. To reduce gender-based violence or sexual harassment, men need to be involved. The majority of the victims are women and girls, and this conversation is not just about victims, but it is also about the perpetrators and how to change their attitudes and actions.
Japan is reaffirming its commitment to eliminate and prevent gender-based violence. We will ensure that gender equality and women's rights are prioritized in the support that we provide to Zimbabwe.
Gender equality is a top priority for me personally, but also for the government of the Netherlands. In Zimbabwe, we support several excellent women's rights organizations with close to $1 million a year. We fund shelters to provide healthcare, but also counseling and legal support. Training of women to increase participation in political processes is another important aspect of our work. But I'm also a mother to 3 sons. It is never too early to teach future generations about kindness and about equality.
I'm a child born of a woman. And because of that, a lot of respect for women, but also a lot of respect for equality between men and women. Without women, there is no life. But more importantly, as the head of UNICEF, our organization has a very strong policy on gender, which seeks to promote equality, but also focus on issues for adolescent girls and children.
In 2022, I commit to breaking the cycle of violence. Being a He for She ambassador means I stand with victims of abuse.
As He for She champion, I will keep on continuing my commitment to encourage more female and more young female students to apply for Indonesian scholarship.
As a He for She champion, I really commit at professional level to encourage my colleagues to follow the principles of gender equality, both in their personal life but also in their professional life, and as working for the UN system, especially for FAO. This is also part of what we do because in FAO we have a policy on gender equality. What we do, especially for rural women, is to build their resilience to adapt to climate change.
The involvement, the importance of involving boys and men in this campaign is that they also can reflect on their own roles and how they see and how they perceive power in a gender perspective, and what is their role also to change and to support the girls and women to achieve their potential.
I think it goes without saying that men and boys should be involved in promoting gender equality and indeed the fight against gender-based violence. You know, obviously you can't leave half the humanity aside when you're talking about these kind of issues, and you can't achieve equality without having the men and boys on board. There have been a number of issues that have been extremely important. One has been the global Spotlight initiative, and Zimbabwe as a pilot country for Spotlight, and which is a global initiative to combat gender-based violence. And I've been very happy that Zimbabwe has been selected one of the pilot countries.
The day the bus driver is a woman, the day your boss is a woman, and the day our president is a woman, we will have achieved a milestone. As long as this is not the case, we have to invest in girls' and women's rights, in equal pay, in equal opportunities, and we have to make sure that we owe them the respect that is due.
Without us achieving gender equality, empowering women, and eliminating gender-based violence, all the goals that we have set for ourselves as a global community as a region and as a country in terms of eliminating poverty, accelerating economic prosperity, achieving health and well-being will not be achieved. We cannot achieve those goals without women and girls being at the table, being part of the discussion, being part of the decision making.
We have to work on men's philosophies out there to help them understand that equality is real. It's not something that people are, it's actually the most profitable thing for society is when there's fairness and equality for both men and women.
One of the important things is to recognize that to seek gender equality between men and women, you can't just have women fighting for gender equality. When you have men involved, it helps them understand what positive masculinity means and what can be done positively with your masculinity, how you can positively contribute to a better world for everybody concerned.